All right, folks, good evening. It's another Friday the 11th. So welcome to Journalists Hangout. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Today on the program, INEC rejects Governor Abubakar Sani Bello's letter on emergency NEC meeting, insists only Buni and Secretary can sign, just as 208 court cases threaten APC National Convention. In other news, Governor Umahi obtains order to remain in office for 7 days. We'll break that down for you. But he has apologized for verbally attacking the judge. And later on, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, says 30,000 insurgents and family members surrender in Northeast. I'm hanging out today with Yinka Oyegbule. Yinka, good evening.
Good evening.
Haven't seen you for quite a while.
Yeah, Citizen, it's nice to be back here.
Yeah. And then Asquo James has joined us.
Yeah, good evening.
That's song with him? Yeah. Okay, so the team is ready. I hope you are. Okay then, you know, the political crisis in the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, appears to be festering. You know, despite the purported ouster of the embattled chairman of the Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, Governor Maimala Buni of Yobe State, by his Niger State counterpart, Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, the coast is still very unclear. Buni may still be in charge. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has rejected a letter inviting that's INEC, to an emergency meeting of the National Executive Council, NEC, of the APC, where APC chairmanship, amongst many other issues, will be ratified. The said invitation letter was not signed either by Buni, the chairman, and Senator John Akpanodo-Edeghe, the secretary. For the APC, the race has just begun. Yinka, as I said yesterday, APC has let all the dogs out.
It's very unfortunate that everything in Nigeria at this hour is as a state of confusion. You will remember clearly that when Governor Bello came out to say he's the acting chairman,
it raised a lot of eyebrows.
Exactly. And a question was asked, what about the acting chairman, the former acting chairman and the caretaker, what that long title? Okay. And rather than for Bello to throw more light on it and say that this is what has happened, and that is why I'm taking over, the man didn't give anybody any answer, any clear-cut answer. In that case, when you don't give a clear-cut answer, you give room for speculation.
Oh, yeah.
And up to this moment we are talking, unless maybe I'm the one that have missed it out, neither Buni himself has come out to tell us exactly what is happening. So one report said he went to London. Did he go with the president? Another one says he went to Germany. Another one whether to Dubai and all that. So what exactly is the state of things now? What exactly is happening? What is going on? The confusion is if in the ruling party the acting chairman is being succeeded by another acting chairman and nobody, no one has been able to tell us exactly what is going on. You cast your mind back to some years when the same party was in the opposition. By now, if it were to be happening in the other party, what would have happened? Yeah. But in this situation, are you confusing yourself or you are confusing the nation? I mean, the whole thing is so confusing that what I tell you that Buni is doing now is not what another person will tell you.
Yeah.
Another person, even in the same party, okay, we are outside that, even in the same party, the same members of the party will tell you different issue, the perspectives about the story.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, very, very unfortunate, the same careless and I don't care attitude with which they are running the party affair is the same way the country is being run.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that tell you? Honestly, is a confused state entirely.
Yeah, the APC is keeping you and I guessing.
We should not be.
No, it's okay. It's about, but we're at this place. It would have been much more difficult if you asked me how we got here. Of course, I would have told you. Asquo, 15 days to go to the National Convention of the APC. The House does not seem to be at peace with itself. Or maybe I'm reading the script wrongly.
No, the thing is, just truly the House has not settled. You know, there's still some issues that need to be, you know, resolved. But let me just say it here. APC will still have their national convention.
Okay,
that
what
one is a given.
That's what your what do you call it now?
No, because you know,
crystal ball.
Your crystal ball is telling you that.
Crystal ball, because based on the notice
Signed by who?
signed by Buni, he had already by February either 2nd or 3rd, he had already written to INEC that there will be a convention March 26. So that one is a given. Now, where we are having issues is to ratify the chairmanship of Sani Bello, which is for them to APC to write to say that okay, Sani Bello is now we are having NEC, because it's the NEC that will now ratify Sani Bello as the chairman.
Yeah.
So that is where the problem. That is where they are having the problem now. Because if you write to INEC, INEC will tell you based on our acts,
INEC
our
has
law,
refused to turn down the
say
letter.
21 days.
Okay.
Because we want to have a meeting. That is where the section 82 comes in. That you have 21 days for you to give us that notice. But if you look at it, 21 days has elapsed. I am looking at it that I think Buni actually knew that this was going to happen. That is one. Then two, if I were to be APC, or I was in APC, or I was Sani Bello, there's a memo that is being circulated around town saying that he had actually handed over chairmanship position to him to run, because he's going to apply for medical.
You don't think that is also a gimmick?
You know, so that is what I'm saying. So, but I have also seen and read somewhere that they are saying that even Sani himself has said he has not seen any memo.
So why so much confusion?
So
And the secretary, Senator John Odoide, Akban Odoide, is saying, I have not resigned though. And so you are asking, where is that story coming
This is what fella we call confusion breakbone.
Like I said some days back, you know, APC, how Buni got there, you know,
is also
questionable.
That's it.
So if they also use that same system to remove it, he shouldn't fight over it.
Okay.
Because that is what he meant. If they removed the Oshomole, who was even duly elected into the National Working Committee, and they made him chairman of the caretaker extraordinary committee, you know, for them to quickly do, you know, the National Convention and to quickly elect leaders, that is into the new National Working Committee, which for 6 months, which they couldn't do.
Yeah. It's going to 2
From
years
6
now.
months, it now turned to 2 years. So if, for instance, they now removed him, now that he's in the hospital bed, they removed him, he shouldn't take it to heart.
Has that, you see, this is what I'm trying to say. Has it been confirmed that he's in hospital? I mean, all these things, they are all opaque. They are all shrouded in mystery.
But the
why
thing
is
is,
it
not around.
So why is it so difficult to tell us exactly where he is?
If somebody is in the hospital bed, how will he tell you?
No, I mean,
tell you.
I mean, the party itself or whatever. I mean, what is the problem?
The consolation we have here is that Asquo says, take it, leave it. the convention is built for March 26,
Citizen,
15 days to go.
You know what? I have a very strong suspicion that APC is getting away with this because it is the ruling party. Assuming if it is ABGA, PDP, ADC, or one of those lesser parties, will they get away with it?
No assumptions. So
no, I believe, in fact, it's not, I'm not assuming, I believe it is. Because why should it be anything difficult for you to tell us when you are going to hold your convention? You have a chairman today, tomorrow is another acting chairman, next tomorrow is another acting chairman. I mean, there's so much confusion. It is the root of all the problems that we are, because if you cannot put your house in order,
yeah.
How many members, how many Nigerians are members of APC? Let's give them, okay, maybe they have 20 million members. If you cannot put your house in order for 20 million, how do you want to put your house in order for 200 million plus?
Have you heard any such thing as a madhouse?
A completely...
you have heard something like
of course.
But like the APC, they keep all of us guessing. So whatever we're saying here will be in the realm of conjecture. You know, but again, like anything Nigerian,
yes,
I think Yinka and Asquo, they will come out of it. And nothing, please don't go to court yet. don't go to court yet.
I have no local standard. How do lawyers say it? They go to court.
Mine is the supposed new chairman has written to INEC. INEC says, no, I cannot take any letter from you. That letter is unsigned.
I mean,
so you remember
who made that error? How can you send an official letter unsigned?
Okay, not the first time.
Well, that was during the military era. That one was something else.
Anything been did there during military?
If you see, that time we were not following the rules of the game. Anything goes, but not.
But I think APC,
in a democratic setting.
Citizen, I think APC should just be careful. You know, they shouldn't push their luck too far, because the PDP is also watching, and they are watching and looking for the loopholes that they will use against them. So if they make a mistake of saying one particular person signed for them to have the convention, signed for them to have the NEC meeting, you know, and at the end of the day, they end up winning the election, you know.
Again,
somebody
that's what your crystal ball is also telling you.
Yes, somebody can come back and tell them that in so year, last year, this is the error somebody, that you made.
There's a gentleman to help us here this evening. Professor Awoshokbe is reaching us from Lagos. Prof, we greet you. Welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah, we thank you for joining us.
I think if one is following the situation very well, you will see that Buni is very crafty. And as far as we are concerned, is gone. Buni is gone. And the Niger State governor...
You don't see Buni returning?
And for correction, sir, APC has 41 million supporters in Nigeria, not 20 million.
No, that's not guessing.
41 million.
Member of the party, so don't mind him.
Buni should not be discussed anymore. It's gone. It's just pretending. It's gone. If you listen to what Governor Akeredolu said, you will notice that Buni is gone. So the question of confusion, there's no confusion. And APC this afternoon has dismissed the letter from INEC, because the letter has been written to INEC more than
thank you.
The 21-day notice.
Yeah. Prof, thank you very kindly. Yinka, what I get from the gentleman, Prof, now is we are witnessing an organized confusion part of the game.
Well, I hope so.
He says Buni is gone.
Yeah, but Governor Akeredolu said that much, and I want to believe that. You know, Governor Akeredolu is not a sentimental person. He's a man. He doesn't talk much, but when he talks, you know that he says what he means. As a follow-up to what El Rufai, the Kaduna State Governor, another man who is not, you can accuse him of everything,
yeah,
but not
is obstructive.
So
Obstructive.
the two of them, with what they have said, they are corroborated themselves. What the other man has said, and I believe also that they should sing non-dignities for Buni, and he should just forget. But the question now is, why is it that the party has not been able to come round and tell us exactly what is going on? I mean, why do you have to everything?
Because the APC owes the country a lot of explaining.
Exactly. If it were to be any other party now, people may not mind. But the APC, PDP, those two parties, they are the dominant party in Nigeria. And for the fact that APC is the ruling party now, what affects APC, whether we agree or not, affects the country. So, whether you are a member of APC or you are not a member, you are a sympathizer or not a sympathizer, whatever happens in APC affects the country.
All right, Asquo, the Kaduna man, Hemsman, Nasir El-Rufai, said, Mr. President has asked us to replace the chairman. That was like a marching order. So let's quote Professor Awoshokbe. So Buni is gone.
Yeah,
just like that.
Of course, before the president left for London, he had already given the signature and given his approval for Buni to leave. Why? Because some governors met with the president to tell him the state of things, that Buni was not prepared to do the convention. And truly, he was not prepared.
Oh, really?
He was not. Because if you look at it, citizen, when he was about leaving, how can you, I know I've covered elections for several years, you know, and I have never seen the number of committee members, you know, having about 1,800 committee members for a convention. It means that they are the only ones that will do the convention. What happens to delegates?
All right.
What happens to delegates?
Asquo, John is reaching us from Jos in Plateau State. Good evening, John. How are you? Brother John, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, John, go ahead. You're on air.
My first time calling, though I've been trying.
Okay.
Good evening.
Okay. We'll roll out the drums. Let's go.
It is quite unfortunate that we are in this kind of quagmire at this point. Because when I read through the media today and I discovered the aide to Buni, the Governor Buni was saying that they have about 208 cases still lying. It portends great danger because at the end of it all, the masses will still suffer from all of this whole power play taking place at the APC. Governance is given the back seat at this point in time, like the states that all governors are in Abuja, all APC governors are in Abuja to ensure they deliver a convention.
Yeah, okay. Okay, John, Brother John, thank you very kindly. Yinka, but the news also says about 19 governors are standing with the Niger State man.
Out of how many? Well, the truth of it, if 19 governors are already standing with the Niger State man, then we have confirmed what the Ogun State of the Ondo
So
State
draw your conclusions.
The man is gone. I mean, you should just give up, and he has tried in the last 2 years. He was supposed to be there for 6 months. So what do you call that? I mean, honestly, that tells me That is part of the problem we have in this country. You are supposed to do something in 6 months, and in 2 years, you have not been able to do it. It's the same thing that is happening in the States.
Okay. Asquo, let's quickly broach this. As we speak, as many as 208 cases are pending, threatening the National Convention.
Those cases...
It's still part of the...
No, those cases are... I know that there was a time APC was saying, if you have any case in court, go there and withdraw.
Yeah.
So by the time Governor Sani Bello gets the buy-in of the governors, that is why the INEC is very important. The buy-in of the governors, the National Assembly members, as well as the president, and all those who constitute INEC. If he gets their buy-in, I can tell you that all those cases, the first thing I want to believe he will do is to tell them, go to court and withdraw those cases. So that if everybody has the interest of the party at heart, you shouldn't be taking your party to court. It's something that is like when PDP was there, they would say it's a family affair. It is only when PDP was that was when I was here in family affair. When they are fighting, they tell you it's family affair. So the APC must learn that language of being everything should be a family affair. If anything happens, let them settle it. If you have a grouse with the governor, whether it's Buni, whether Sani Bello,
or with the party itself,
or with the party, go to your ward or go to your state and then make sure that you settle it from there. Because taking your party to court won't take you anywhere. Because at the end of the day, you'll be the person that will lose. Because if the party that is supposed to be at the center doesn't win because of your so-called court case, then you are the loser.
All right, let the debate go on. This is a part of it. Ours is just to help mold opinion based on the facts available before us. So the APC has let all the dogs out from their kennels, and so anything is possible. Okay, then we'll take this break and return. But please stay with us. Don't go away just yet. All right, then, to our next story. You know, for the governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, and his deputy, Kelechi Igwe, these are not the best of days or times. The two citizens had gone to court, if you remember, where they obtained an interim order from a state high court that would last just 7 days. Trouble started for the governor, the deputy, and 16 lawmakers on the day of March 8, when the court sacked them from office for defecting from the PDP to the APC. Justice Yinka Oyegbule of the Federal High Court, Abuja, opened a new vista, if you ask me, for the political landscape with the pronouncement. Recall that Governor Umahi had challenged the decision and verbally attacked the judge, claiming the judgment was bought. He has apologized anyway. Asquo, again, part of the unfolding scenario in our political landscape.
Well, from the latest information, the governor has been able to secure another, court judgment saying that he should still remain as governor, which is the Ebonyi State High Court. And that was the first court, that actually told him that you can stay, you can still remain. That is where he won the first victory, not the Federal High Court in Abuja. This one is the State High Court. So he has gone to the State High Court, and the court is saying that it cannot be removed. And if you look at it constitutionally, a sitting governor cannot be removed, except maybe when they get to the appeal or they get to the Supreme Court. That is where they will be able to reinterpret whatever we do not know in terms of defection of a governor from a particular political party to another political party. But as it stands, what the Constitution says in Section 188 and 189 is that the only way a governor can be removed is either through resignation, through death, or through impeachment. So if Governor Umahi is holding on to those three major things, it will be difficult for us, to sit here, because we are just, the fourth estate of the realm, just giving what we know that, okay, from our own layman language, this is what the Constitution says. But the judges know how to write their own judgment to suit whatever they are going to come out with.
Yeah.
But you know, the justice in Abuja actually said it was because you, as an individual, you left a particular political party and you moved to another political party. That particular vote that you have was counted for the former political party.
Yeah, you don't vote for a party.
You know, you vote for a political party.
You don't vote for, you vote for an individual who is thrown up by the party.
No, because the Supreme Court once gave a judgment saying that it is the political party that is recognized. Because if you look at, even when INEC is bringing out their ballot paper.
No, you're suggesting to me that the governor is the party.
No, it's not the governor that is the party. It is the political party, and that is where the Justice Equal is talking about. That it is the political party that has the votes. So, and even INEC, and not the individual, even INEC also, when they are bringing out ballot paper, they don't put pictures of candidates. They put
political
the logos
symbol
of the political parties.
Yinka, this will split opinion, and it is splitting opinion. Even the learned gentlemen are.
Yeah.
They are even confused too.
Yes, you know, that was what brought Amechi to be governor. Amechi, now Minister of War, in Omehia was kicked out. So it's the same thing. The vote belongs to the party and not
the individual.
To the individual. It doesn't matter who is.
Can you look at that vis-a-vis the provision of the Constitution regarding immunity?
That one is a different case.
No. The immunity clause says the governor, the president, the vice, the governor, the deputy cannot be removed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Blah blah
that
blah
is
blah blah.
That is what the Constitution says. You know, that's why I'm telling you that it is the justices
and the Constitution says no. It says if there is any doubt, go back to the Constitution. Yeah. So
you know what
interpretation?
What gladdens me in all this now is that Governor Umahi had to apologize, and he didn't blame journalists for misquoting him. You know, the normal thing that he was misquoted and all this. But this time around, he had the humble pie to apologize.
Yeah.
And honestly, it is better when you are under pressure to keep quiet. Say that, okay, I've had the judgment, we are going to study it, and then I will talk. He has already impugned the integrity of the judge. And believe you me, all the judges involved, they all heard what he said. And they might be laying in ambush for him. Because, I mean, you see, you must weigh your words before you say anything that you say, especially when you are a leader. The very first day, the moment I listened to him and I heard what he said, I said, oh my God.
You wish you were a court judge.
Why did this man put his foot in his mouth? I mean, you don't react with emotion in such matter.
We are beings of emotions.
Are we the only ones who are beings of emotion? The other crime, in other countries or in other situations, people we should not be giving reasons for everything we do. We say, but this is Nigeria. No. We should. The essence of leadership is maturity. If you are not mature and you become a leader, it will show.
Asquo, Yinka has not heard the statement, never underestimate the power of human stupidity. In politics, anything is possible. Again, I must quote the former British Prime Minister, Winston Churchill. He said, in war, you are killed once.
Yeah.
In politics, you are killed many times. So they are familiar with it.
Of course,
yeah.
of course.
But the important thing is Governor Umahi has apologized. Let's hope the judge has forgiven him.
Well, I want to believe that the judge won't look at what happened outside the court. And it didn't happen inside the court. You know, if not, it would have been another matter entirely. And if the judge wants to bring the matter that happened outside the court, inside the court, then it means then there's a big problem. It means that he's becoming partisan, in quotes.
Yeah.
You know,
sorry, we have Olushola in Ibadan waiting. Olushola, good evening and thanks for joining us.
Yes, citizen. Good evening, sir.
I greet you.
Uncle Asquo, how are you?
I'm fine.
And the other man in...
the other man is Yinka Oyegbule.
Yinka, sir. Sorry, sir. Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Please, Asquo and Mr. Yinka, when is this shenanigans going to stop in our politics in this country? Whereby we have our leaders, especially our governors, our governors, legislators, defecting from a party that brought them into power to another party. Is it because of their selfish interests or because of what? And honestly, it is not even allowing our politics to go straight. So now the question is, when are we going to come out of these shenanigans from our political leaders so that we'll be able to head straight to a better governance in our country? When? Thank you and God bless you. Have a very good
Thank you very kindly.
Well, even in the organized society, they still defect. You know, they still move from one particular political party to another.
No.
But not with
the frequency. But not with the frequency.
And not when you are holding power.
You know, with the frequency that Nigerians are always doing that.
So I'm wondering where did the judgment start from? How did we get to this pass? Because if you trigger this, obviously you must touch many. For instance, Yinka, I know Edo is waiting.
Yes.
So, but what do you make of the PDP naming possible successors and asking INEC to give them certificates of return? It tells you the thing is about grabbing power.
Exactly. And it doesn't look tidy to me because, one, if this judgment goes ahead, what do you do with the others?
Yeah. You go the whole hall.
They are not the first governor and deputy that have defected.
And may not be the last.
I mean, exactly.
Exactly.
But what this might bring out now is if there are those who are contemplating defection, perhaps with this judgment, they will think twice.
You know what? One thing I'm just looking at now is that it is because it has not affected our political leaders and the political class badly.
Yes.
If not, it would have formed part of the things that they would have amended in the Constitution.
Yes.
You know, because if you look at it, if I have my votes, a particular political party actually gave me the platform for me to get the vote and get to a particular point. I should remain in that political party until I am done serving the people based on that political party.
Or else you leave.
I will leave
and
then
leave the party.
Allow the political party to bring another person.
Exactly.
I think that is where, but you know what? Our lawmakers, because some of them will also want to be governors.
Yeah, it is because of their own
so they will not want to bring
sorry. Ade is reaching us from London. Ade, good evening to you.
Good evening, sir. My greeting to everyone, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
If I have your permission, please, I want to comment on the first issue briefly. And 19 governors together, that is a block. If they move to any new party, they will win election. Any new party, 19 governors together. So Buni should be careful with his colleagues and down to the toe. If the 19 governors together move to any new party,
They have the structure already, and they will win any election. That's number one. Number two, about the Buni something. To me, the governor can be calm if he wants, but it must be a very serious reason, not for just few excuses. Probably maybe they don't allow him to carry out his manifesto or whatever. He can change. I don't see anything wrong with that, but I want this case to go to Supreme Court so they can direct us and we can know. Then will become a law. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Don't spend too much.
Yeah. Many thanks, Ade.
I think it's the Supreme Court. He actually has appealed the Federal High Court judgment. It is the Supreme Court. The appeal court will come first. Yeah. And if he's not satisfied, he want to go to the Supreme Court. Because we need to put bed to this kind of matters. You know, because we've seen a lot of judgment from the Supreme Court that either favors the opposition or the ruling party. Take, for instance, the one in Bayelsa. The man was already preparing to become governor.
He was at the parade ground.
And then they now told him, His Excellency, you are no more His Excellency.
Sorry.
And then they brought him down. So, and even in Zamfara, you know, where they had all the APC members removed completely. Just because of a small error. So a major error is not even small, a slight error. Because this is where we need to get to. If the judiciary is going to reset the thinking faculty of our political parties, I think it is right for them to do it for us. So that our democracy will be able to be strong and people will have confidence in even vying for, for elections.
Mine is just to add that democracy is not just the right to vote, but it also gives us the right to live in a free country.
Exactly.
Where things are less troublous for us.
But there will always be a problem.
Trouble no the finish.
You know the finish.
Okay. The French have a proverb. I say it in English. The more things change, Yinka, the more they remain the same. Okay, to our next story. You know, the renewed onslaught against insurgents, especially in the northeast of Nigeria, has yielded some positive results, if you permit that. Over 30,000 insurgents and family members have surrendered to the superior firepower of the Nigerian troops. The disclosure was made by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Boss Mustafa, the Director, Special Service of the SGF's office, David Atta, who represented him at a two-day stakeholders engagement on current security challenges in the Northwest geopolitical zone, disclosed this. Democracy also means the right to live in a violence-free country. Yinka.
Well, it's glad
because the insurgency started like a child's play.
It's like a child's play, yeah. Is good news to hear about this, but all the same, you hear 30,000 have surrendered, these have surrendered, but the problem still persists. And then you keep asking yourself, where are these people surfacing from? From where are they coming? Is it that when you kill 30,000 or 30,000 surrender, they multiply and become more? So there must be something somewhere that we are not doing, that we need to do. And as we have said several times on this program, firepower alone does not win the war. In any war, you still have to come back to the round table to talk.
As a matter of fact, you can lose many battles or win many battles and still lose the many.
Exactly. So what we did now is a kind of a carrot and stick approach. What do we need to do? Why is it that when 30,000 insurgents surrender, you still have some other 30, 40, 50,000?
Mine is, I'm looking at the figure 30,000.
Yeah.
Where do you keep them? How do you manage them?
Exactly.
That is the problem. Yeah, I mean, they are almost overwhelming. That's more than a village. So what do? It's a very tricky situation, and we need to involve more psychologists and psychiatrists and the rest, all those mental health people need to be involved in all this, because it is not only a war you fight physically, it's a war of the mind. So you need to involve all these people, religious leaders, psychologists, psychiatrists, and all the rest of it, because they need to be worked on. They need to be worked on so as to make them really understand, or to really know that, are they surrendering because they are hungry? Because that's one thing we must also look at. Some will surrender because they are hungry. By the time they are well fed again,
they go back.
Look at the footage.
I mean,
see the long line.
See see them. So where do you keep all these? Where do you keep all these people? How do you ensure that they stay in line? It's a very terrible thing. I don't know. We need services of people who have gone through this kind of thing before.
E.g.
that can, I mean, in other countries, that's what I'm saying. Other countries, we need to learn from them. Even if it is, if it means Rwanda, don't look at it that you are a big country. There are so many things we can learn from Rwanda. There are countries that have undergone insurgency things and things like that that we can learn from. How did you get over it? We need to learn.
Yinka, we fought an avoidable 30-month war.
Yes.
You think that would not have been enough lesson for us?
It should have been, but unfortunately it is not.
Okay.
It is not. And that is the problem we are still facing up till today. We have not learned anything from that war. Because in actual fact, people don't even want you to talk about it. And that's unfortunate.
All right. Asquo, he is suggesting the engagement of health fellows, you know, to manage the crowd. I'm looking at 30,000.
Well, honestly, that 30,000 is too much, especially when you have 30,000 people who have been brutal in terms of killing and being merciless, you know, and now you want to call them repentant and then move them into the civilian populace. You know, it will take a lot of work for a psychologist to try and remove their mindsets from whatever they were thinking before.
The Onyibo people talk about de-radicalization and all that.
You know, and de-radicalization, I hope, is not going to be, for 30,000, it's not going to be a 6-month program.
Yeah.
No.
So
and
it's because
feeding them alone.
And just like Yinka just said, we need to know why these 30,000 are dropping their arms and saying they are not fighting the Nigerian state anymore. Is it because they are hungry, or is it because our firepower is spoiling their business, or because of what? You know, so those are some of the things. I think even the Nigerian government will also have to pass information to us, because if you say you are giving 30,000 insurgents and saying that most of them have surrendered, we need to know why they have surrendered. Where are they going to be put? You can't just put these people and say, okay, these people are going to be in Maiduguri that is safe now, you know, and then you now push them into Maiduguri. It's not going to be easy, because everybody, I know that even during when the insurgency was hot, I remember one of my reporters, who is late now, was telling me that sometimes they know who the Boko Haram people were, because some of them were neighbors. So, but what you just do is just to ignore, because when once you start saying, I know that person is Boko Haram, the next thing they come for you and your family. So we need to also get to that point when you are trying to de-radicalize these people, to know that you also have to give confidence to the populace and telling them that, come, these people are now new. They are your brothers. They are no more carrying guns.
Yes.
And if possible, engage them in either menial jobs, make them busy, because I just believe if you don't make them busy, that is when they will start thinking where they get money for them to feed themselves. So the government will need to communicate to us and let us know what the effort they are making, so that we don't want to know the nitty-gritty. If they like, let them spend whatever. I know there is a budget for it, but the people need to know what the effort they are making, so that it doesn't look as if they just brought these people and dumped them into the society.
But this is not to remove anything to take anything away from our gallant officers.
No, beautiful. No, they've been beautiful.
The piece of news is pleasing to us.
Very, very.
Even though the whole thing was avoidable from the...
It's very pleasing, and for, just as you said, it is not to take anything away from our gallant military men. They have done a lot, and they continue to do it. But we also, that's what we are saying, that we also need to help them. They have done, their own is to use their power, which they've done, and it's taking us to this level. But we also need to help them, so that when we help them, you have specialists who take care of these people from mental angle and all that. Then it will help to make the thing better.
Okay, we must drop anchor here, but not before thanking you for another 60 minutes. We must go. The backroom boys are saying thank you for... Yeah. So on behalf of Yinka Oyegbule, Asquo James, and of course Bola Olajuwon, who should have been here in place of Asquo. Bola, you came in a little late. We appreciate your efforts too. Now, if you missed this program, join us at 11 later tonight for a late edition. And also don't forget the Sunday 2-hour show commencing at 1:30. And that's just for your information. Again, we are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now. Take care.